And the stage is set. It's a crucial day. It's the day of the presidential poll, and the NDA candidate Nath Kovind faces off with opposition nominee Meera Kumar in the race to Raisina Hill. Polling, in fact, began at 10 in the morning. All state assemblies will be casting their vote till 5 in the evening. Votes, in fact, will be counted on the 20th of July. That's when the new president takes over from the outgoing president Pranab Mukherjee. NDA remains confident of a clear win for Nath Kovind, with the Prime Minister even going ahead and congratulating him in advance on Sunday.
It's a very important day. Today, the collegium will take a decision. I have requested the members of the collegium to heed the inner voice of their conscience, because there is nothing more pure and powerful than that, and they should heed it.
सभी मान्य विधायकगण भी आ चुके हैं और इसलिए मैंने भी अब तिलक हॉल में अपना मतदान किया है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी और उसके सहयोगी दल समर्थित से नाथ कोविंद जी भारी बहुमत से चुनाव जीतेंगे। उत्तर प्रदेश को पहली बार यह अवसर प्राप्त हो रहा है कि वह राष्ट्रपति दे रहा है। हम इसके लिए आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी और राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी की
Consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai now joins us for more on this. Rajdeep, one thing is clear: Nath Kovind appears to have a clear advantage against his candidate, but against his opponent. But what do you make of the TMC legislators wanting to back Nath Kovind, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Shivpal Yadav also wanting to back NDA's candidate for the post of president? Is there a larger message there? Does this indicate the BJP's growing presence and dominance of the show?
Look, first of all, I think we need to clarify, and we need to clarify on the Trinamool Congress. I think it is very clear that the Trinamool Congress MLAs who are voting for Mr. Kovind are those who have been either sacked from the party or suspended. A month ago, the Trinamool unit of the Trinamool Congress, several of the MLAs were sacked. The MLA, the MP Kunal Ghosh, has been in jail for the last 2 years, and he has been suspended by the party. So I think we need to be very careful when we put out these flashes to say that Trinamool is cross-voting. The Trinamool Congress is not cross-voting. Those MLAs of Trinamool who have been sacked or suspended are the ones who are voting for Mr. Kovind. So that is one correction there as far as Trinamool. As far as Mulayam and Shivpal is concerned, yes, the Samajwadi Party is split wide open. They have been split wide open for almost a year now. And it is very clear that the Mulayam Shivpal faction is with Mr. Modi. I think the larger picture, Avantika, is very clear that any attempt to build a grand Mahagathbandhan against Mr. Modi has failed in the presidential election. The Janata Dal United is not with the UPA or with the anti-Modi Mahagathbandhan. Smaller parties like the Telangana Rashtra Samiti are not with this Mahagathbandhan. The two factions of the All India AIDMK have pitched their lot with Narendra Modi and the centre, because the centre has a certain clout. The INLD of Chautala, small party in Haryana, has pitched its lot with the centre. What it shows, Avantika, is that the centre in elections like this not just has the numerical advantage, but has the psychological advantage, because with state governments in particular, they can exercise a certain element of influence. So clearly it has been advantage NDA, advantage Mr. Modi, and we will have India's first true BJP president. Mr. Kalam was not from the BJP. He was an outsider when Mr. Vajpayee picked him as their presidential choice. Now, unlike in 2002, in 2017, you have a true BJP MLA, a true BJP leader becoming president. Someone who has been cut from the RSS cloth, who openly owes allegiance to the RSS, and therefore it does mark a departure and a break with the past.
And would they want it to extend, this kind of dominance as far as they pick for the vice presidential candidate is also concerned? You have Gopal Krishna Gandhi, a seasoned diplomat, sir. He's a renowned academician, a politician. Who do you think is going to be the NDA's pick for the vice president's post?
Look, with Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, you will never know till the last moment. There is some talk of a possible candidate from the south or a woman being chosen as the vice presidential nominee. Names like Draupadi Murmu, the governor of Jharkhand, names like Anandiben Patel, names like Sumitra Mahajan, names like a few BJP possible nominees from the south are doing the rounds. But the fact is, at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. The BJP wants to extend its domination over president, vice president, just like the Congress used to. The BJP believes it is the new Congress. It wants to use its numerical majority in parliament and in several key assemblies now to have its own nominees in key posts. I think unlike the Vajpayee regime, where Mr. Vajpayee was in a more coalitional arrangement and therefore had to adjust at times, this is not a coalitional arrangement. This is a majority government, and Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah are determined, as the Congress was when it was in its pomp, to use this majority to have its own nominees both for president and vice president, and both really are clear-cut victories for the NDA candidates. The very fact that Meera Kumar today, Avantika, is talking of a conscience vote is a clear sign at the end of the day that she doesn't have the numbers. It's an acknowledgement of that. The only time really that the conscience vote has been used was in 1970 when V.V. Giri became the president as Indira Gandhi's nominee, and that led to the split of the Congress.
Just stay on with me, sir. Let's just also talk about the Congress president, who has appealed to all of the parties to vote for secularism and against divisive forces. The numbers are clearly stacking up in favor of Nath Kovind. The NCP has also defied the opposition ranks, saying that Nath Kovind will emerge as the clear winner. Samajwadi Party seems to be split down right in the middle, with Mulayam Singh Yadav backing the NDA's candidate for the post of president. So these are the voices coming in, the information that we're receiving. 12 to 15 SP MLAs could cross vote. Now what we hear is that Akhilesh Yadav would support the opposition's candidate Meera Kumar, which brings me to that question, Rajdeep sir, and then why Meera Kumar? I mean, there was also a question that was she made a scapegoat by, coming to agreement to field her as the president candidate, the consensus opposition candidate? Because if the numbers were clearly in favor of the NDA, then why field her as the opposition's candidate?
Look, I think, Avantika, the opposition has got its entire strategy for this presidential election horribly wrong. They waited for the government to make their first move, and once the government very craftfully and skillfully put up a non-controversial Dalit candidate like the governor of Bihar, Nath Kovind, immediately the opposition was pushed on the back foot. They then were looking to counter this with their own brand of Dalit politics and pushed in Meera Kumar. To be very honest, both Mr. Kovind and Ms. Kumar really lack stature. Mr. Kovind has been appointed because the BJP wants to put up a Dalit card, and the opposition's candidate is only there to counter that Dalit strategy. Unlike in the vice presidential election, where at least the opposition has brought out a credible candidate through some form of consensus within, and at least made the first move. In the case of the presidential election, they were purely reactive. They were reacting to what the government had done. And Meera Kumar, you could say, is a scapegoat, Balika Bakra, but she's happily doing that because, her political career at least has got a whiff of revival by putting her in this post. Now, one could argue, Avantika, that why was if the opposition was serious about Meera Kumar, why did the Congress in particular not make her their candidate in 2012?
Absolutely.
They chose Pranab Mukherjee then. Then they had the numbers. If they were really serious about her candidature, they could have made her in 2012 itself.
But they didn't. And that's why all these questions are being asked. For now, Rajdeep Sardesai, thank you so much for joining us.